Okay, today's lesson is lesson 5, and this is the title right here, Place Value Through 100 Trillions, Reading and Writing Whole Numbers. So get out your notebook and write down the lesson, write down the title, and write down today's date. And let's get started. All right, the first concept is the place value, and you've had this before, so this is nothing new. What is place value? First of all, in our number system, the value of the digit depends upon its position within a number. The value of each position is called place value. So write that down. Place value is the value of each position in our number system. Here you need to write this down. This is the whole number place values. Make sure you have this in your notes. So we start out with a decimal point. Then we have the ones, the tens, the hundreds. Then you have a comma every 3 places. And thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Then you have the millions, the billions, and the trillions. All right, after you've written that down, then let's go over here to example 1. Write down example 1. It says, which digit is in the trillions place in the following number? So write the problem down, write this down, and then we want to identify which digit is in the trillions place. And we can see in our chart up here that the trillions place is right there. So you could count how many places over it is. So here's 3, then 6, 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So this would be the 13th spot over. So we're going to look at this number, 3, 6, 9, 12. So the 13th spot is right there where that 2 is, right there. So which digit is in the trillions place? The answer would be 2. So make sure you have the problem down and the answer and know how to do it. All right, next we're going to look at the next number, and we want to know what is the place value of the digit 4. So write that down. What is the place value of the digit 4 in that number? And we can see that there's a 4 right there. So we want to see where that would be. And you can see it's over 3, and then 6, and then 9. And then it's in the 12th spot over from the decimal point. That should be a decimal point. So the 4 is in the 12th spot over, so if you look up here, it's in the 100 billions. So you want to write that down. 100, and I don't have good handwriting with the stylus. 100 billions place. All right, we have 7 examples, so make sure you have them all in your notes. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we write a number in expanded notation by writing each non-zero digit times its place value. So write that down. We write a number in expanded notation by writing each non-zero digit times its place value. For example, for 5,280, you're going to take each non-zero digit, so that means you take a 5 and multiply it times its place value. So 5 is in the thousands place, so 5 times 1,000. 2 is in the hundred place, so 2 times 100. And 8 is in the tens place, so 8 times 10. So then you get 5,000 plus 200 plus 80, and that equals 5,280. So the same thing with example 2. You take each non-zero number, so we're going to take the 2, and we're going to say that it's in the 10,000s place, so 2 times 10,000. And then the 5 is in the thousands place, so 5 times 1,000. So this is example 2. Have that in your notes. All right, let's keep going. All right, so on this one we want to learn to read and write whole numbers. So you want to write that down. We're going to read and write whole numbers. So I'm going to kind of read this to you, and then I'll tell you what to write. So whole numbers with more than 3 digits can be written with commas to make the numbers easier to read. Commas help us read large numbers by separating the trillions, the billions, the millions, and the thousands place. We need only to read the 3-digit number in front of each comma and then either say trillion, billion, million, and thousand when we get to the comma. So you don't necessarily have to write that down. All right, we will use the following guidelines when writing numbers as words. Put commas after the words trillion, billion, million, and thousand, and then hyphenate numbers between 20 and 100 that do not end in 0. For example, 52 would be written as 50-2.
76 is written as 70-6, and 95 same way. All right, you don't have to have that in your notes, but you do have to have example 3. So we're going to use words to write, so write this down, example 3. Use words to write this long number. So we want to be able to read this number. So you write the number down, and let's see how we would write it. First we have a comma, we have a 1. Start with the 1, and what place is that in? If you look up here, that's the thousands, that's the millions, the billions, and the trillions. So hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. So this is 1 trillion, and then you say comma, so 1 trillion comma 380, and that's billion, comma, and then we don't have anything there, so you skip that, and then you say 50,000 comma, because that's in the thousands place, at 200. So that's how we would read that number. So have that down in your notes. All right, example 4, it says use words to write this number. So write this down as your example, and then notice that we want to go ahead and insert some commas into that number. So let's rewrite this number, only let's now put some commas where we need to. And the commas, you start at the end and you go over 3 places, and then you put a comma, and then go over 3 places again, and then you have a comma. And now you can read the number a little bit better. The commas help us do that. So this number right here is in the millions place. And these are thousands, these are hundreds. So this this number is down here, would be 3 million, this is our solution down here, 3,406,000, that's this, 406,521. And notice they hyphenate the 21. Okay, let's go on. All right, now we want to use digits to write 20,510,000,000. This is example 5. So we're doing trillions. So if you're doing trillions, that means we should probably go ahead and let's put in little lines for our numbers. So that's your hundreds, comma, that's your thousands, comma, and then you have your millions, and then your billions are here, and then you have trillions. Well, it says 20 trillions. So 1, 2, so there's your 20. That's your 20 trillion right here. 510 in the million spot. Well, this is trillions, this is the billions, and this is the millions. So the 510 goes where the millions are. And then you're just going to put zeros everywhere else. 0, 0, 0, and so on. And this number then is 20,510,000,000, and that's it. Okay, let's go. We have 2 more examples. Okay, so example 6, it says, write this down, use only digits and commas to write 25 million. So digits and commas to write 25 million. So again, I'm going to use my same strategy. So first I have the hundreds, then I have the thousands, and then I have the millions. And this says 25 million, so I'm going to put 25 in the million spot, and then I'll put zeros everywhere else. And remember to have your commas every 3 places over. All right, the last example is example 7, and it says, so write the problem down. Terrell said he and his family traveled 2,400 miles on a summer trip. So use digits to write that number that they traveled. So the 2,400, and that's pretty easy. So it's in the 2,400, add 2 zeros. Now really that number is 2,400 if you put a comma in the right place. All right, so today's lesson was on reading and writing whole numbers and place value and expanded notation. So hopefully you have all of this in your notes, and I will see you in class. Thanks for watching.